Okay, let's try problem 4.18. A man pulling an empty wagon causes it to accelerate at 1.4 meters per second squared. What will the acceleration be if he pulls with the same force when the wagon contains a child whose mass is 3 times that of the wagon? Okay, so first let's go ahead and draw a picture. So in the first one, he's pulling an empty wagon, so let's just say it has some kind of mass, m, and it's accelerating at 1.4 meters per second squared. So this is part 1. Now it's in part 2, he has the same cart of mass m, and he's pulling some kid that is 3 times the mass of the cart. So we'll call this 3m, right? Just 3 times the mass of the cart. And it's accelerating, we'll call this a2, at something that we don't know yet. So we have the acceleration for the first part, a1, and we're trying to find the acceleration in the second part. So let's write a relationship that relates both of these forces. So we know that the man's going to pull at the same force, so we'll call this F sub m. And this is going to be equal to the mass times the acceleration, right? So let's just say m, the mass of the cart, times the acceleration, a1, in this first part. Now let's do it for the second part. So we know he's going to pull at the same force. So that's F sub m, right? Is going to be equal to the total mass of this cart, which is now going to be 3m plus m, times the acceleration of the cart, which is a2. And so now just simplifying this, we'll say it's 4m times a2, right? Just 3m plus m is equal to 4m. So now we have f of m for the second part is equal to 4m times a2. Now we can set these equations equal to each other, right? Because they're both equal to the same thing. Both of these are equal to f of m. So let's set them equal to each other. So m, a1, is going to be equal to 4m times a2. Dividing both sides by m, these go away, and we're left with a1 is going to be equal to 4 times a2. Now we're trying to solve for a2, so let's divide both sides by 4, and we're left with a2 is going to be equal to a1 over 4. And we know a1 from the beginning part, it's just 1.4 meters per second squared, so we're just left with a2 is going to be equal to 1.4 meters per second squared over 4, and this is going to be equal to 0.35 meters per second squared. And that makes sense, right? The heavier the cart's going to be, if he applies the same force, it's going to accelerate not as quickly. And that's problem 4.18.